Come on, Bianca, calm down. Damn it, I can't. The only thing my mind keeps repeating to me is that he cheated on me. He lied to me by telling me he would be in the office until late. I'm a fool for trusting him. You don't know. Hasty conclusions. I had to make sure that this is a mistake and that surely this unforeseen thing came out of nowhere, so I called him in with anxiety running high as I wait for him to answer the call. Seriously, you're not going to answer me? I insisted again, and this time he took the call and I saw him outside the restaurant. Tell me, Bianca. I thought I would call you to tell you that I am leaving the house to bring you some dinner. I prepared it myself. I see her turn to look at the woman inside. Don't come. I had an emergency and I'm with a friend helping him with a document. We are at his house now. A lump forms in my throat as I realize she was cheating on me. She is doing this to me. I can't believe he's so cynical. He's just been making fun of me all this time. Of course, since we've never had sex. Okay, good night. I hung up the call before he answered me. He went back into the restaurant while I stood watching him from the cab with such immense hatred for that woman who seems too happy with him. The cab driver looks at me curiously but doesn't ask any questions. He gets out of the car when he hears a wandering salesman, and when he returns he was eating a hot dog. Ads by Pub Future. Is that your husband inside that fancy restaurant? I ignore him as I keep my eyes on them, what rich people can do with money. But I say it's better the poor people's room. They were more than an hour in the place. When they left, I woke up the lazy cab driver who had fallen asleep after eating. We followed him a car away, and when he stopped in front of a building, they talked for a while, and when I thought he would leave, I received a call from him. It was late and at this time of night. I am always asleep, so I didn't answer, and apparently he concluded that I was asleep, and when I thought he would leave I was puzzled when I saw him enter the building. I was stunned. I couldn't believe he came in to be with that woman. And if that wasn't enough, the cab driver tells me that I can't confirm that he is unfaithful unless I find him in the act. Only there, he would be unfaithful. That seems stupid and absurd to me because it is more than clear that he is. But the cab driver denies that he is not and urges me to go in and verify it with my own eyes, and of course I would do it since I could not leave without knowing what is going on in there. I don't care if the meter runs and I get overcharged. What's wrong with me remembering the guy? I just want to know what's going on. If Eros is with another woman, are you sure you want to go? Miss, I mean, it might be infidelity, or maybe not, but anyway, if it was the former, could I handle it? If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. Thinking about if I could stand it is something that is better to ignore for now and think about a possible coincidence, or that it is really just business, but not in bed is what I hope. Think about Isabel, think about her. It was almost 10 p.m. and I was still thinking about whether I should go in or not. At least 10 minutes passed and it was already 10:05 p.m. Let whatever happens happen. I was about to enter the hotel when I got a call from Stacy asking me if I was okay. I'm fine. I got held up in traffic, but I'll be there in half an hour. Be careful, it's very dangerous for you to be out on the street at this time of night alone. Remember what happened last time. Stacy. I have to hang up. A man was the receptionist, so I managed to get some information out of him about the man who came in after a blonde. He seems to ignore me, and maybe it's because of the clothes I'm wearing. I didn't have time to get dressed up, so I walked out with what I was wearing. Ads by Pub Future. Hey, stop judging me by the clothes I'm wearing. I just want to know what room they're in. We can't give you that information. It's confidential. It's hotel policy, miss. But there is a way I could help you. If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. Of course you can, you just don't want to. Miss, I feel you speak to me in a mocking tone. Save us the trouble of calling the guards. Yes. All men are the same. The receptionist bribed me to give me the room number where it was located and that one of the cleaning ladies on that level could open the door for me as long as I cooperated. Bribery. Upon finding the room and the cleaning lady, I paid her less than the receptionist to open the door, but first she made sure no one saw her. She asks me just to see and not to make a fuss because otherwise she would be fired and she needed the job instructions before opening the door. I didn't want anyone to notice my presence here, so I was cautious, and whatever I saw I was not to lose my sanity. I entered stealthily. There was no one in the main part of the room, but I heard some noises coming from another room. I walk in quietly, just listening to her, as if she was having sex. I feel my heart in my throat with every step I take as I approach the room, and I see sweat appears on my forehead as I take in a shaky breath. Oh yes, the room had no door, but there was a huge bed where Eros lay naked and she was on top of him, jumping and wriggling like a worm backwards. My world came crashing down as I am a spectator where the man I love is fucking with another woman. The woman, when she saw me, fell off the bed trying to get out of the sheets that were tangled around her feet. I looked at Eros and realized that it was not him who was on the bed, but another guy who was tied by his hands and feet. Stunned by what I was seeing, I stupidly said that if it wasn't Eros, then where was he? Yes, I said it out loud, and it wasn't something I realized until she said she knew who it was. I was stunned when she said my name. They knew who I was, and then annoyed she demanded an explanation to this. Embarrassed by this, I apologized to her and tried to escape from that embarrassing situation, but I found Eros at the entrance of the room, and when he saw me he was stunned. Bianca, what are you doing here? I can't believe this, get out. The furious blonde pulls us out of the room and throws the door in our faces. Land, swallow me please. Eros looks at me with a grim expression as he expects a good explanation for me being here and not at home. Mr. Ainsworth, a man was coming towards us. Please don't leave and enjoy the girls we present to you. We promise you that your fiancé won't notice. What? See you tomorrow, Mr. Diaz. He takes me by the arm and pulls me out of there. He takes me to the elevator where he presses a button and that stopped the elevator. He looks at me questioningly, waiting for an answer from me, but my face drops from embarrassment because if I lie to him, he will ask that woman and she will tell him what happened, although it wasn't much actually, since I just stood there watching them as if I was a sick woman. No way, what a bear. Ads by Pub Future. I couldn't help it. I mumbled, averting my gaze. You were so strange and you didn't come home early. I couldn't sleep, and since I don't trust you at all, I put a GPS on your cell phone, and when I saw that you were. Do you realize what you are saying? I mean, I can't hide anything from you because you already think I am being unfaithful. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I repeat, annoyed. No. Unbelievable is that your stupid ex comes home bragging that you are looking for her to fuck. That's unbelievable, that she rubs it in my face that she's fucking a man who preferred to have something shoved down my throat to have his child instead of doing it himself. That's unbelievable, stupid and irrational. Let me understand, are you upset because of what Melissa said, or because you believe everything she said? I'm not stupid. I'm about to lose my patience. I know very well that you wouldn't be able to pick up the trash to use it again. What I want you to understand is that even she realizes that we have never been together like that, not once in all this damn time. So that's the problem. She laughs. I'm sorry. What's the joke? I couldn't believe he was making fun of what I was feeling. He's an insensitive jerk who will never understand my feelings. I don't understand how I could fall in love with him. I wasn't willing to watch him laugh at me, so I pushed all the buttons to leave and go home. I was sick of this. I was fed up with this. I was sick of it. I didn't want to listen to him and I didn't want him to see me crying, so I turned my back to him. Bianca. Ads by Pub Future. He drops his briefcase and takes me by my wrists to then place them above my head while his lips take me by surprise when he kisses me. I lost myself in the sensation they provoke. It had been a long time since we were alone, and him kissing me this way made me blur my mind and lose myself in his arms that free my hands, and he takes me by my legs, lifting me up to carry me, but I let go immediately when the elevator doors open. He takes me by the hand and goes to the reception. He gives him his card and the receptionist gives him a card. He makes me take the elevator without letting go, and I look nervously at the numbers. He looks at me out of the corner of his eye and I look at him the same. Weren't we going home? I guess we needed some time alone. When we got to a room on the top floors of the hotel, I noticed they weren't occupied. I didn't have a chance to ask why, since Eros was apparently more anxious to continue what we left halfway up in the elevator. I felt nervous. I still haven't completely lost my huge stomach, and it must be strange since he is used to curvy women modeling for him the best lingerie from the best designers. Wait. What? He mumbles between kisses. It's what we wanted, so let's not waste time. I stop him to calm down and listen to me. He snorts annoyed and smiles forcibly because I stopped him. I explain him that I'm still training to recover my body, but he only gives me an answer. Are you really worried about that? Of course I do. I mumble, embarrassed. I'm not at my best and you're probably expecting a knockout body. What makes you think that? Please, you're rich and I bet the women you've had sex with have been models, actresses. I know very well that it was because of the pregnancy and that you train hard to be the same as before, but it's been a long time. You tempted me to desire what you can give me, so I don't care about anything now. You are going to give me what I want from my future wife. His lips make me tremble when I feel his kisses on my neck, and he slowly goes down to the strap of my blouse. He slides it, leaving my left breast in sight. I'll take you, now, tomorrow, and every day. Bianca, I hope you won't run away from me this time, nor you from me. We were home again, we spent the night out, and I have to say it was a night I will never forget. That insecurity had vanished. I can't even imagine Eros with another woman, since last night he made it more than clear that he only has eyes for me, and it's more than I ever wanted in my life. He even ran away from his client's proposals to spend the night with one of the women he had hired for his amusement, and of course I was angry at first, but knowing that he is running away from there made me feel more confident to be with him and get it into my head that he will never cheat on me. Miss Bianca, Stacy sighs relieved when she sees me arrive. I was scared to death because he wasn't answering my messages and calls. Thank goodness he's fine. I told you not to worry. I told you I know how to take good care of myself. Besides, I was all the time worth. My face uncrosses as I see my mother run up to me. She hugs me, relieved to see me. When I look at Stacy, she shrugs. Seriously, she called my mother. My mother won't let go of me and is smothering me. Please, Mom. Young lady, what the hell were you thinking leaving your house at that time of night? Mom, you can't scold me in my own house. I have a family. But you're still my daughter. He cradles my face in his hands. You're my baby, and I'd die if anything happened to you. Adds by Pub Future. Sometimes I think my mother exaggerates, but now I am also a mother, and if my daughter did the same thing, I guess I would react the same way as my mother, so I apologized to her for worrying her, but my eyes watched Stacy for a second, glaring at her for what she did. I asked her not to worry about me, and to go accompany her granddaughter who surely must be missing her. I'm sorry, I didn't want to tell her, but she forced me to tell her what you had done and where you might surely be. And when she thought that young Eros might be cheating on her, she lost her mind. Well, only until she saw them arrive. Please, you are my confidant. You can't tell my mother everything, unless the situation calls for it. Okay. By the way, a cab driver came by a few minutes ago. He said you promised to pay him for last night. I had completely forgotten about the gentleman, but I didn't see him outside when we left. I asked Stacy to take care of finding him, but she said it would be necessary since he said he would come in the afternoon for his money. Eros had fallen behind on some projects by spending the whole night with me, so he had to leave after taking a shower, got dressed and had breakfast and then left. I was on a video call with my best friend who was still traveling, so she would occasionally call me when she had time. I have always admired her as she was very skilled from a very young age to be able to get to join her family's firm. I miss you. Me too. You don't know how I would love to be there to talk in person. I hate being with him on a cell phone at a distance. Anyway, tell me, have you already talked about the wedding preparations? Well, the detail is that Eros told me that everything was a surprise for me. He didn't want anyone else to cause the mistakes of when we were about to get married, so he hired a designer to take care of everything. In the meantime, I had to focus on getting ready. Soon the registrations for the exams will open, and when that happens, I will already be Mr. Ainsworth's wife. Of course, and I suppose you should get the best grades. Ads by Pub Future. Exactly. My friend says it's amazing that I want to take that degree at Albany Sunny College in New York. Of course it was close, but Eros was very clear in telling me he wouldn't let me go alone, so I proposed if I could go with a driver, but he said no since they never had a driver. I'm not a girl, and I told him I would go alone anyway, and if he didn't teach me how to drive, someone else would do it for him. I said goodbye to my friend when Stacy said the cab driver was outside again waiting for me to give him his payment, so I told him to open the doors. When I got out, the gentleman admires the property with amazement. Luckily Eros left me his money after I told him about him. So it is true that she is a rich man's wife. If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. Thank you very much for your service, sir. Not everyone is as reliable as you are. He says he thought I had seen his face and lost the night, but he apologizes to me that I gave him an extra bonus for his trouble, and as I looked at him I stopped to think that it might be of great convenience that he is already here. Sir, I want to make you a proposition. Jerosi. A long and exhausted day, but I guess she will make it up to me tonight. God, what a hot woman. She is insatiable, and of course I am now more than sure of my decision in staying with her. It will be a fascinating thing to discover all that she possesses but does not yet know. I arrived home, and when I saw a gentleman in a suit and tie I stopped in confusion, as I don't remember having any male staff other than the gardener. Stacy the caterer was coming with a juice for the gentleman, and when she sees me she asks me if I would like something to drink. May I know who the hell you are and what you're doing in my house? Oh, well sir, Mrs. Bianca hired you in the afternoon as the family chauffeur. The chauffeur of the what? I wanted to understand what was going on. A driver. In my family we don't need a chauffeur, so I don't see the need for one since she doesn't leave the house, and we have already talked about how it will be when she attends her classes at the university. I will pick her up, and I would only have to make some adjustments in my schedule for that. It will be a pleasure to work for your family. I promise you that your wife will be safe as long as I am your driver. Here's a mistake. The man stopped smiling, and it was when she came down with our daughter in her arms while saying that there was no mistake. She greets me with a chaste kiss on the lips and makes tender gestures, speaking for our daughter. We need a driver and you know it. I told you no. She looks at the chauffeur, who looked scared, and then leaves us alone. We don't need a driver. Eros. Yes we do. I've been thinking everything through. I don't want to drive while our daughter is little. I want to be near her all the time, and that's why I think it's best if someone else drives for me. That doesn't convince me. Understand that it's not just for the present day. Please think about our daughter. She won't always be a child. She will grow up, and when that happens you and I will be busy. She needs someone to go for her to school, and you will want to know everything about her. Won't you? If I look at it from that point of view. I guess you are right. And it must be someone you trust. And do you really trust him? Of course, he stayed with me last night, you forget. He didn't even charge me in advance and waited for me until the morning for me. Yes, but because you hadn't paid him yet. Maybe. But he's reliable, believe me, and I've already met his wife. She's a lovely woman, not to mention his son. Wife and son, Bianca, you should have at least thought that the chauffeur should be alone, not with family. Do you know what that implies? Yes, I know. He must move with his family to the house you'll build in the old barn you wanted to burn down. I can't believe he says it so calmly. Hey, it will only be for a couple of years, when he gets what he wants. I'll help you with the expenses. I promise. Ads by Pub Future. The problem is not the salary expenses, but the fact that I don't know them, and besides that, I don't trust them. I prefer that she be the one to educate our daughter and not a nanny. Of course Stacy is not a bad choice for a nanny, but I don't want to be separated from her for so long. That kind of work is dangerous and will keep her away from home. Besides, you promised me a job to cover college expenses. I thought you had forgotten that. Never. I don't want anyone to spend my life reminding me that it was you who got me this far, no. I don't want anyone to know that it was because of you. I want everyone to know that it was because of my effort that I was able to graduate from criminology, and you'll see, I'm going to be the best. Well, I kiss her tenderly, but if I give you a job, it would be the same, wouldn't it? She stops reciprocating my kisses and stops smiling while she lowers her head and moves her lips from one side to the other incessantly. She moves away with the baby, making me think that I had gone too far with my joke. I think I just ruined the moment. I was only joking. You're right, it would be the same. I'll look for another job. If you are loving the book, nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. Wait, what? I wanted to change her mind, but she said she wouldn't accept to work in my company since it would be the same, that I would be interfering in her future, and she doesn't want that, because my family is a nest of vipers, except me. Shit. It was about 10 o'clock at night. I had worked late to spend the weekend with my favorite women. Besides, everything was ready for this weekend, our wedding. Ads by Pub Future. It's a surprise I have for her, but she doesn't know anything about it. She thinks it's a family reunion that she has to go to dressed in white, a small ceremony. I don't want to attract the attention of anyone who might want to spoil the surprise. I had settled next to her. She was asleep and so was our daughter. I closed my eyes, starting to feel the heaviness of sleep. I was about to sigh when one of the employees knocked on the door, making me angry because it is late and I wanted to sleep. I hope it's important, or I swear I'm going to fire you for disturbing my sleep. Sir, Miss Melissa is downstairs. What? She's here again. Take care of her. I don't want her in this house. But sir, I had to go downstairs. The maid explained to me the state she was in. I didn't believe what she was saying. I thought it was surely another one of her lies, but when I saw her I was puzzled. She looked deplorable, her clothes were in pieces, her bra was destroyed, and I could see one of her breasts. I asked the maid to go get something to cover her up. What are you doing near my house? She wipes her tears and upset she tells me that how can I ask her that when she has just been outraged. She starts to cry louder, so I told her to calm down as I didn't want her to wake Isabel up. Might find her some clothes. I think there are some of Bianca's clothes she is not wearing yet. The employee leaves again, so I turned my back to her so she could take off her destroyed clothes. I heard someone coming down the stairs, and that's when Melissa told me that she had already covered herself. I turned around thinking about what I should do, so I told her when I saw her again that I would call her parents to come and get her. What the hell? You didn't tell me you had covered up. I'm sorry. I just dropped my blanket. Really, this, Rose. Fuck. I thought it was the maid coming down, but I was wrong and it was Bianca. I can't. Believe that again this is happening to me and worse. In my own home, what kind of joke is this? It's our home, our daughter Isabel's home. Quickly he reacts and wipes his hands saying that the maid told him she was here, almost naked. Really, Eros? I swear I had nothing to do with this. According to her, she says that she was assaulted near here and that's why she came all the way to my house. I fold my arms as I watch him and then her. She says nothing to support what Eros says and stays naked waiting for me to see her again. I watch my fiancé with a sarcastic smile as I ask him to go get some clothes for her, but Eros says he already sent a maid for some clothes. Melissa, dare I show her a fake smile? Pick up the blanket and cover yourself please. We don't want you to catch a cold. Oh wait, right, you wanted him to be tempted by your body, right? Well dear. Don't strain yourself in vain, because if he wanted to fuck you, he would have done it a long time ago without you needing to offer yourself in this way. Bianca please. The question here is, what were you doing here? This property is far from yours and as far as I remember, we don't have neighbors within miles of here. It's okay. I'll tell them the truth. I'll tell you the truth. I wanted to talk to Eros. But no one was answering, so I tried to go around to get to the old barn. But someone was following me and I hadn't noticed. He raped me. She starts to cry as she picks up the blanket. She sits on the couch waiting for someone to hold her and comfort her for what happened to her, and I'm sure I'm not the one she's waiting for her to do that, if not Eros. When Mike came with the clothes, when I checked them I realized they were mine. I gave them to her to get dressed while my fiancé and I left the living room so he could call his ex's family. He looks at me every second while talking on the phone, and when he hangs up he asks me if I want a drink. It's a lie. And he says to think better of it since this place is far from civilization. Eros, this is private property, not even a drug addict would come here and you know it. You heard what she said, they followed her. Are you defending her again? Ads by Pub Future. No. It makes me sick that she always manages to convince him of all her lies. It's obvious she's lying. Her nails are flawless and she doesn't have a scratch on her. Maybe her makeup looks awful, but it's not a sign that what she claims happened has happened. The only one who showed up was her mother, and when she came in she ran to her daughter and was spoiling her like a baby. I stare at them and I can see she is crying. I'm surprised how good she is at acting. Her mother is here. Now get them out before they wake our daughter. How am I going to do that if I knew I couldn't do it, so I did it my way? They have only caused trouble, as I am sure their mother is involved in everything her daughter does, so I recommended them to take them to the hospital. No, I don't want to, said Melissa in tears. I don't want everyone to know what happened to me. Well, then the best thing to do is to call Eros' private doctor. If you are loving the book, nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. I told you no. Melissa stood up angrily and snatched the phone away from me. You're not calling anyone. Why? I questioned. Are you afraid they'll find out it's all a sham? How can you say that? Don't you have a heart? And you, Melissa, do you? Did you think about what they could do to a baby in the hands of tyrants like that? I scoff in her face. If you think I buy that story, you are far from that fantasy. I know who you really are, and I'm not going to let you ruin this family, my family. Ads by Pub Future. A cry alerted me that Isabel was awake. Annoyed, I told her that would happen, so I warned her to throw them out of her way before I came downstairs with the baby. When I returned to the room, Isabel was in her crib crying, but when I took her in my arms she calmed down. I cooed to her in my arms as I went downstairs to make sure that pair was gone. Not seeing them in the living room, I felt calmer. I smiled at the sight of Eros and thanked him for getting them out of our home. Dear Eros, what? Did I hear correctly? I thank you so much for allowing us to stay in your house. I stepped aside because he was about to push me. Eros realized what that woman almost did. There is nothing to thank, my fiancé was the one who suggested it, so I ask you please, be more careful when you walk. She changes her expression radically. You are visitors in the home I formed with my favorite women. Eros gives me a kiss on the forehead and then to our Isabel, tomorrow morning you will have to leave. But, if Bianca agreed to stay here tonight, it's because it's too late to drive, isn't it, Lau? Of course, I waved a smile. We could have taken her to the hospital, but surely they don't want the media to know about the tragedy and no one wants to be with a woman, outraged, but I recommend you to take her early tomorrow morning for any situation. Have a nice night. We both went upstairs to sleep, but I couldn't do it knowing that these women are under the same roof as me. Eros fell asleep with Isabel in his arms, but I, still insomniac, put the baby to bed and then settled in next to him. It was morning and when I woke up I felt tired and annoyed because the last time I saw the time at night it was 3 in the morning. But if that pair was gone I could sleep like a baby with Eros by my side. You must get up. I don't want to. He reminds me of the meeting with his family, so I had to get up reluctantly. Yawning, I looked at the time and it was 8 in the morning. Yawning, I accompany Eros to breakfast. You should see a doctor. It's not normal for you to stay awake at that time of the morning. Yes, I know. But it was only because those two stayed here, but since they left. Do you need anything else? Eros, and I refused, telling him that he could leave. Well, then I'll take the lady's breakfast and her mother to her room. What do you say? No, they left, didn't they? Eros looks at me indicating that he has no idea if they are still here. They left. Madam, they told me personally to bring them breakfast in the room, that the young lady was indisposed. Stop it, I said, annoyed. You are not taking anything to her room. Yes, ma'am. Bianca, if they are here, I don't see the problem that they want. Eros, even we don't do that in this house. We have breakfast, lunch and dinner in the dining room, not in the bedroom. He justifies it by saying that it never happened because we didn't want it. If we wanted, the maids would do it. No. I'd rather eat here than in bed. That's for lazy people. When I met you, weren't you? Eros, I had just been run over when I got here. Are you forgetting? Eros started choking on his mouthful and then spit it into the trash can. Are you okay? Yeah, it's just, the fruit fell kind of heavy on me. His demeanor was not the same. Well, we must hurry or we will be late. Remember that it is important, punctuality. I know. But how will we leave if those women are here? I don't trust them. How about they do something in the house while we're gone? What? You think they can cast some kind of spell or summon the devil? That wasn't funny at all. Don't be paranoid. So, tell me, do you want them to come with us or do you want them to stay here and not ruin the party? Well, party. I curse inside when I hear Melissa. I want to go. Do you want to take me? I was puzzled because how come she was fine, as if nothing had happened to her. I knew it. I knew she was faking it. Wow, you recover so fast. My mom took me to the hospital this morning while you were sleeping. They did some tests to make sure I don't have a venereal disease. My mom will pick her up in a little while. They told me about the party. Ads by Pub Future. I prefer her to come with us than to cause me problems while we are not at home. Eros was already in the car and our new driver opens the door with a smile so I could get in and go to the meeting. But when I saw Melissa insinuating herself to Eros, I cleared my throat to let him know she was here. Ignoring her, Eros approached me and took Isabel in his arms. He kisses her on each cheek and our daughter smiles, still little, and she knows how much her father loves her. But apparently, someone doesn't like that he is happy with his daughter. What's the matter, Melissa? Don't you like children? And to think you faked a pregnancy to get my fiancé's attention. Melissa makes a gesture of displeasure when I told her truths in her face. No matter how hard she tried to get Eros' attention, she couldn't get it since her daughter had it completely and not even I compete with her for his attention. We had arrived at a private park. It is very popular in the city and is only requested by the rich for their events or family gatherings. All right. Ero's mother appears and when she sees Isabel, she extends her arms to receive her. How is grandma's precious baby? How is she? There, my beautiful girl, you look so much like me. She's crazy. She definitely looks like me. Mommy, I had no idea she'd be here too. Why didn't you tell me you were here? Your driver brought me here earlier, don't worry. Here, give me my granddaughter. If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. My mother takes the girl and annoyed Ero's mother gives her to her. Both of them walked away from us while they argue about the baby. When I hear Ero's laugh, I am surprised because he is not much of a laugher like that. Melissa rolls her eyes and turns away from us and joins the conversation of a group of women who were talking, and she is sure to start being the snake she is by talking trash about me. I never thought my mother would be such a loving grandmother. Neither did I just hope she doesn't want to control our daughter's life. Yes, suddenly she takes me by the hand. It's time for our wedding to begin. What? My mouth is a big O. Our wedding. Ads by Pub Future. When I see where he points, I freeze. When I see the decoration, I didn't notice the decoration or the father that was here. I laugh, nervous and surprised at the same time. I didn't expect this. The surprise is unbelievable. Tell me I'm not dreaming. You're not. Take my hands and leave a kiss on each one. All this time I was coming home late. I was making sure that everything was in order for this day. And that's why I worked late last night. I wanted this day off just for us. In disbelief, I cover my face with my hands as I feel my tears threaten to come out of my eyes. I couldn't believe that a man could have this kind of detail with me. When I was getting married to my ex, I was the one who took care of everything and he showed no interest in the wedding. I threw myself on him in a kiss because of the emotion I felt. I was so happy that I couldn't stop hugging and kissing him non-stop. You don't know how much I love you. If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. I am Elissai. I can't stand that stupid, I can't even stand that hateful baby. It was to be me who would give Eros a son. That was my dream, to make him a father for the first time. But of course, my dream was given to someone else who doesn't even deserve it. That's why I'm not going to let them have fun this afternoon. I'll do whatever it takes to keep her isolated from Eros' family and make her feel like everyone wants me as his future wife and not her. If she feels rejected, of course she will think things over and want to leave him. Oh my dear, you are still as beautiful as ever. Thank you, Mrs. Rosa. Mrs. Rosa was Eros' favorite aunt. I always did my best to make her nephew seem as beautiful. That's right, waves her hand in disappointment. It's a pity they broke up. But I heard that his future wife is so beautiful that he is madly in love with her, said Mrs. Rayner, Eros' paternal aunt. He even prepared this family reunion to surprise her. Surprise her? What are you talking about? You don't know, my dear. This meeting is her wedding. No, I laugh, hiding my anger. No, you must be mistaken. He said it was a family reunion that his mother organized. Obviously he must have lied so she wouldn't notice. No. This can't be happening. Oh, come on ladies, the wedding is about to start. My heart was beating madly as the excitement couldn't fit in my chest. I was anxious as I listened to the father continue with the process. My wedding, my perfect dream wedding, and with my ideal man, the wedding I always dreamed of and that once was destroyed by choosing a man who changed me for another and left me standing at the altar. But this time is not like that. I have my fiancé by my side holding my hand as I finally get to the part where we could give our vows. I was attentive to every word that came out of his mouth. My eyes were recording like a camera this moment where I could finally hear what he really feels for me. I never thought this man could become my husband. I love you like you have no idea. You made me a father for the first time, something I never thought would happen, and now, you make me your husband. And I hope our adventure continues because you are the perfect woman for me and I want more adventures with you and our beautiful Isabel. I wanted to cry but I shouldn't do it so I controlled myself not to do it and ruin my makeup. I look at my mother and she is crying because this is real, her little girl is getting married. When I met you, I thought you were a loud, egomaniac who wanted everything under control, who only thought about numbers or contracts, but I said to myself, there must be more to him than just a robotic mind. I put the ring on his finger. I discovered that you are charming and attractive as the name of the god you wear. Eros. I discovered that you made me love you, even if you are arrogant and hateful. I never expected you to be an excellent father and a dream fiancé. That's why I can no longer imagine my life without you. You are the man of my dreams, and I hope to be an ideal wife for you. You already are. I laugh embarrassed while I put the ring on her ring finger. The father gets to the part that if there is someone who refuses to the union to speak now or shut up forever. I had thought about that when he told me about the wedding. I thought Melissa would oppose to this but later I realized she wouldn't. She is too proud to humiliate herself in public. Besides, we both know that Eros wouldn't give up his family and much less for her whom he has rejected more than twice. Ads by Pub Future. At last, we were husband and wife. No one broke my dream of becoming his wife, not even his ex could do anything, and to think we had a supposed contract for this, surprises of life we ended up with a real marriage. Bianca, we all turned to the entrance where the guards are holding someone who is shouting my name. Bianca, don't get married. Don't get married, I love you. Eros and I approached him. My disgust was huge when I saw that it was Leo. He was struggling to get loose from the grip of the guards Eros hired. My mother and Eros' mother approached too, making my wife give the order to take him away from here. Please keep the guests out of this, said Eros to his mother. Bianca and I will take care of this. I took my daughter in my arms, followed Eros and the guards, and they took Leo towards the entrance. The guards threw Leo out of the property and he stands up and tries to approach me and my daughter. Bianca, please. I was an idiot. It's a good thing you realized that. What the hell are you doing at my wedding? How did you get here? No matter how I got here, for you, I would go to the ends of the earth to find you. I love you too much and I was an idiot for how I treated you. Forgive me please, give me one more chance. It can't be, he's making a fool of himself. When you had the chance to marry her, you leave her at the altar making a fool of yourself for another woman. Now that she is marrying me, you come here and tell her that you love her and that you would go to the end of the world to find her and beg for her love. I don't know if you are pathetic or mentally ill. Ads by Pub Future. She's only with you out of spite and for your money. What are you talking about, you idiot? I give a little jump of fright when Eros hits him so hard that I swear he broke his nose. Leo gets up from the floor and tries to hit him, but my husband gave him another accurate punch in the face, and this time his face was covered with blood. Never call my wife and mother of my daughter a self-serving bitch. If I see you hanging around her again, I'm not only going to break your face. Bianca, that's not what I meant. Eros grabs Isabel and takes me by the waist. My eyes take one last look at Leo before telling him to leave me alone, but the certainty of his words tells me he won't, because he assures me that I still love him. My love for you died the day you gave your love to another and then abandoned me for her. You thought I would stay suffering. You even made fun of me when I told you I was dating Eros. If you really loved me, you would have never hurt me, you would have never treated me the way you did. Bianca. Murmurs with tears peeping out. Bianca. By Leo. No. I turned my back on her and she started screaming and cursing. I swear on my life I will never let you be happy. Do you hear me, Bianca? My body shudders as I go back to the meeting. My heart felt a cold and fear that made me feel sick to my stomach. Eros realizes that I don't feel well and tells me that nothing will happen to me, that he would always protect me and my daughter. I am not afraid for my life. I am afraid of losing you and our daughter. Today is a new beginning. My first day is Mrs. Ainsworth. I never thought I would say that. There is nothing strange about it really, and I don't feel strange carrying the title as I have always been the lady of his home. The only thing that happened was that we got married as it was meant to be. Today we would go on a honeymoon trip for a day. Eros promised me there would be days like this to make up for us not being able to enjoy our honeymoon any longer. But I guess this is better than nothing. You don't know how much I'm going to miss you. My heart. Eros' mother hugs her granddaughter as if she won't come back, but grandma promises to have lots of presents for you when you come back. Madam, you can pretend I don't exist, but even if you don't want to accept it, I am Mrs. Ainsworth now, whether I want to be or not. Haha, you don't think that because you're the wife of my darling baby, I'm going to accept you. Then you'd rather have a crazy woman obsessed with her son who is capable of risking the life of her beloved granddaughter. I said ironically, that's being an unstable person. She puts her right hand to her chest. Did you just call me crazy? Yes, I did. Antra closes her eyes about to tell me something, but her son appeared and she smiles like an angel. Eros asks if everything is okay, and his mother is an expert in the art of lies, tells him that we were having a nice conversation about how I should dress now that I am part of his family. I couldn't hide my laughter as Eros thinks he's going to believe that stupid story. Obviously he wouldn't. Ads by Pub Future. I love that. It's about time they started to get along. Wait, what? Oh dear daughter-in-law. Eros' mother takes my hand and starts to hurt me. You don't know how much fun we're going to have. That's why I'm looking forward to their early return from their honeymoon. I abruptly let go as I watch her smile, more fake than a clown's. We get on her family's private jet to go to the place that is still a surprise for me. Eros told me about his family of each member since it was my request, so I should know what I'm dealing with, although I don't know if I should trust what he says since apparently, they all have a double face when they are with him. Melissa, well, thank heavens I haven't heard from her again since the wedding. I mean yesterday. Besides, my husband caught her off guard when she was talking about what Leo did. She was giving too much information to the guests, and when she saw Eros she froze. She looked like a sheet of paper when she saw him. She wanted to wipe her hands of what she was doing, but Eros didn't listen to her and threw her out. It is a property of our family, but my father gave it to us yesterday as a wedding gift. When the jet was on land I signed. I was stunned as this was something incredible. An island with all the amenities. The house is so huge, I think it is 3 times as huge as ours where we live. It's huge. I can't get over my surprise. I guess your family used to come here often. I don't think so. The last time I came here I was 15 years old. Eros stops and tells me to go ahead and take the phone call. Your sister. Eros had told me about her, but I didn't give it any importance since apparently they are the only ones that so far have not given us any problems. They and their father, since Eros' uncle is still trying to find out things that will make us look bad to his family, but he has not achieved anything. On the contrary, they support our relationship since they feel sorry for the poor wretch they left standing at the altar, so I would rather they feel sorry for me than hate me because they think I'm a gold digger. Ads by Pub Future. As we entered I was surprised that the house looked better inside than ours. It even had some security details for the baby. Eros' father is very considerate. Surely he knew this and that's why he made the changes. Welcome. An elderly woman enters and greets me with a smile. Oh, what a beautiful baby. Her name is Isabel. And you are? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the housekeeper. You can call me Lupe. I wave a smile because she looks kind. Surely you must be the senorita's nanny. What? No. I'm Mrs. Ainsworth. Mrs. Ainsworth, she repeats in confusion. Oh, I didn't know young Apollo was married. No ma'am, I am the wife of Eros Ainsworth. She tilts a smile. No, that's impossible. Young Eros is a man who has made it clear that he would never marry because marriage is not his thing. Well, we all change over time. We've been living together for a few months now but only got married yesterday. So, that baby. Yes, it's our beautiful daughter, Isabel. She doesn't know when she adores this little one. It's not like that, Lau. Isabel always smiled when we talked to her in a funny way. Oh, there she is. When Eros enters and locates us, the lady is paralyzed when he kisses May chastely and then takes Isabel and plays with her to make her smile. Eros, when he sees the lady, introduces us and she only says that we already met. She looked pale as if the news had fallen on her like a time bomb. Are you all right, Lupe? Yes, it's just that. I was surprised that you have a wife and daughter since you were very clear when you said you preferred to be alone. Well, I guess I hadn't found the right person to take those silly ideas out of my head. He smiles and kisses me chastely. Have you already met my lovely princess? The lady seemed too disturbed by the idea that Eros has already formalized his life with a family. She watches everything he does with our daughter, and it's not that I'm paranoid, but I always watch every detail of someone who doesn't like our relationship. We need to talk. Eros tells me that his brothers arrived in town today but they didn't know we were coming to this place for our honeymoon, so they called to ask him if they could come here to congratulate us and meet me. I wasn't sure if it would be a good idea, but it's better than telling my husband no. They are his brothers and I must get along with them if I want to gain his family's trust. Perfect, then, I will call them to get ready. I will also call Scott to take care of some paperwork and backlog for another day. Eros left the house, so again I was left alone with the lady who now looks at me in a different way, as if she was embarrassed. I guess I owe her an apology for thinking I was the babysitter. Don't worry, besides, no one expected the ogre to get married. And do you love him very much? I sigh at the thought of him. How you have no idea. I don't regret anything and I'm happy that he's the father of my daughter, and I hope to have a minimal version of him too. She laughs as she imagines a little boy very similar to Eros. I want to change my daughter but... Oh yes, I'm sorry. Ads by Pub Future. She takes me to our room. She said it was the biggest one. I sigh as I see all the suitcases. If Stacy was with me she would do this job. I was starting to get used to this lifestyle as now I needed help even looking for my daughter's clothes. It took me a while to change her because Stacy forgot to put a label on the suitcase with Isabel's name on it. I went back down to the living room because I was hungry, but first I went for Eros to ask him if he also wanted something to eat. But when I found him I got a big surprise when I saw that he was not alone. There was a boy of battlements about my age with him and another woman with him. She was blonde and blue-eyed. She looks like Eros' mother, but she is the woman of miracles, said the younger one. Wow, Eros, not bad at all. When I thought you got married and it wasn't Melissa, I knew it would be someone better than her, and I see your tastes are always the best. I don't know if I should take that strange compliment well or badly. Hey girl, she murmurs when she sees the baby. What I didn't know is that you like single mothers. Don't be an idiot, Apollo. She's my daughter. Apollo. So that means she's Arya. I'm sorry for my clumsy little brother. She comes closer to me. Can I? Of course. If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. I let her hold my daughter and she smiles, and Isabel seemed happy with her aunt. From what the housekeeper said, I think she has children too, but I don't see them with her. Do you have children? One. But she passed away after the birth. Ads by Pub Future. I got a lump in my throat. It wasn't wise of me to ask that. I surely made her feel bad, so I apologized, but she says it's okay since she will be a mom again soon because she is pregnant. Well, then, congratulations. Eros puts his arm around the back of my neck while we follow his brothers, who, by the way, his laughter had all the attention of both of us. I murmur to him the reason why he didn't tell me about his sister's pregnancy, but he assures me that he also found out a moment ago. According to Eros, his sister is very private about her private life and not even his mother knows about it. I guess she doesn't like to live being controlled by her either. She is like that, but she always showed us that she did it because she loves us. My mother was never like that, she always let me make my own decisions. She never interfered in any decision in my life, good or bad. The truth is that I could not have stood to have a mother like the one Eros has. At first I was worried that I wouldn't get along with Eros' brothers, but now I realize that I was only worried about futures that were only in my head. Both brothers are more docile than Eros. When I first met him he was so obnoxious he made me feel inferior, but thanks to pregnancy hormones, I had the courage to take him to task when he wanted to control everything I did. Unbelievable, brother. You have left us all with our mouths open. You, the egomaniac, arrogant, womanizing man who swore never to marry anyone, let alone have children because they were whiny and scandalous, now married to a beautiful lady who also gave you a beautiful daughter. Don't remind me please what I said, Arya. His sister watches him too much. I said things without thinking, I know. But it's what you wanted, isn't it? What I wanted was to see you happy. And yes, I am glad to see that you are. No, it's impossible for this baby to be Eros' child. I frowned and asked why he thinks she's not. Just look at her and look at him. It's impossible that someone like him could father a beautiful, tender creature that looks like an angel. I couldn't help but laugh because I almost opened my mouth to assure him that he wasn't if he was calling me a liar or something. I must learn to control my impulses a little more. Eros' phone started ringing, so he got up and went to the living room to get it. He wasn't on his cell phone for long. We could all watch him from where we were, in the kitchen. He was coming towards us again when there was a knock on the door and Lupe went to open it. We heard a woman's voice and we all looked at each other to see if anyone else was expecting company. Eros. The woman lunged at Eros as my blood boiled when she surprised him with a kiss. I couldn't even move, not a single gesture was on my face. I could only stay like a stone while that woman kissed my husband as if she had just returned and was longing to see her partner again. Oh, said Eros' brother in mockery. Hey Eros. The woman turned away from Eros when she heard Apollo. She turns and with a smile she observes me and then him. She respectfully greets Arya and then Apollo. When she saw me, she looked at me with surprise and then at Eros' younger brother. Apollo, why didn't you tell me you had a wife and a beautiful daughter? Ah, no. I wish such a beautiful woman was my wife. My husband doesn't even react. He was confused or something, but, in fact she is Eros' wife and the baby. She without wiping off her smile teases and tells him to stop joking like that, but Apollo tells her that it's no joke and Arya tells him that he should forget about his brother already. Eros came up to me and asks me to come up to our room. What the fuck was that, Eros? I said after getting out of my astonishment. You let a woman kiss you who is not your wife. Did I see that? You saw it. It took me by surprise. What? She said, interrupting. You got married. Daughter, come here. I'm so sorry, Miss Bianca. She didn't want to do it. Go ahead and apologize to young Eros' wife. Why would I do that? He promised me that the day he came back to this place it would be to make me his wife. Eros' brothers held back their laughter, but they couldn't do it. The stern look of their older brother forced them to stop laughing. Eros with seriousness tells her that he doesn't even remember such words, but she gets angry and says a date, day and even time, leaving us all shocked. Ads by Pub Future. I was 15 years old, said Eros frustrated. Don't tell me you believed that. Apparently the person in charge of this place is the girl's mother. She apologizes again to me and takes her with her. All is silent in the dining room. Eros' brothers felt the tension between us, so they took our daughter with them, leaving us alone. I didn't want to show, being an immature and impulsive woman, but God, I swear I wanted to kill that woman. My jealousy is like a hurricane about to erupt. Anyone would react violently, but I didn't want her brothers to think I was a manic. jealous woman, I didn't want a bad impression. What was that? It was just for sleeping with her. I wanted to win the bet with my brother Apollo and well, I won, but I never thought she would believe that would actually happen. I just wanted easy dry and I got it, but I didn't think it would get me in trouble at this point in my life. If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. I can't believe you're not aware of what you did. I know it was a mistake, and I'm really sorry you saw that. Wait, you're sorry that I saw him kiss you with another woman? You are telling me that? No, 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 no. Ads by Pub Future. I turned my back on him and left him alone because he said the worst thing he could have said was to tell me that he was sorry I saw him kissing another woman. I mean, it would have been better for him not to see it so he wouldn't have felt guilty, or maybe he would have continued the kiss. It is as if he had told me doing it behind my back. It hurt me a lot that he said that. I can't believe it. One day as husband and wife and we are already arguing. I thought this night would be unforgettable for us, but now I feel like it will be more than disappointing. You look very serious in the early hours of the morning. I guess I'm just not used to being someone else in high society. If you are loving the book, Nell5s.com is where the adventure continues. Join us for the complete experience, all for free. The next chapter is eagerly waiting for you. Or are you just upset about what happened between my brother and Claudia? So her name is Claudia. Listen. You shouldn't be so upset about a simple kiss. It was something nobody expected. We were all just like you. Surprise. It doesn't bother me that I kissed him. It bothers me that he didn't do anything to push her away. I guess he didn't expect her to be here. Our father gave her a scholarship so she could study. I thought she was in London. You know nothing you are telling me cheers me up. You should be happy. You accomplished what no one else could do. I turned to look at her. You won the love of my arrogant and cold brother, and even made him love the idea of being a father. Many tried to get pregnant in order to change him. Hey, speaking of which, how did you manage to make my brother change so much? I can't help but smile at the memory of what I had to go through to get us here. It was 10 a.m. After a long conversation with my sister-in-law, I understood that it wasn't worth it. Surely that girl knew that Eros was married and that she just wanted to provoke me like all the exes have done, including Melissa, who many times did her best to give Eros a child, but she never could do it. Hello, Eros keeps his distance, you know. I'm afraid that at some point, you'll leave me when you realize that I'm not like those women. I was so afraid that he was going to cheat on me. I always thought about that possibility, and I thought that last night, I would look for that girl, but after his sister's words I understood that I shouldn't feel insecure, that I am beautiful like all women. According to her, I had no idea that I was someone of scarce resources since I don't look like one. A kiss can't change how I feel about you. She kisses my forehead. Listen. I want to tell you this because I swore to you at the altar that there would be no secrets between us. Last night when you left me outside, I stayed in the living room and Claudia, she was naked and well. What? I turn away from him when I see his expression. You slept with her.